G'day. Just about to hit the course, have a couple of balls with tones. Before I head off, I'd just like to talk about the ABC and the cuts that are just about to happen. I mean, who listens to the ABC? People like this. People like this lost their right to vote many, many years ago. Fruit Loops, lefties, Four Corners, what have they brought us? It's crows like that, Australian story, big on this. Four stories, Four Corners is just terrible. I mean, where's the journos chasing scumbags down the street, like in A Current Affair with Tracy Grimshaw? Australian story. I mean, shining the light and giving insight into amazing Australians is just promoting tall poppies. It's completely un-Australian. Big ideas. My teacher told me about Webster. Don't you get any more of those big ideas? I was glad he did. Kept me in line. It's very un-Australian to use all that brain muscle, I tell you. Big ideas. The checkout. It's just not playing for Team Oz, is it? Informing consumers about their rights is just not going to help. It's only going to hurt big global business. We don't need any of that. We're a good global citizen, Australians. Compass. Crazy Muslim-y, Hindu-y, weird people. It's just learning all about their weird spiritualness. If I need to find out about the future, I'll watch Doomsday Preppers. I mean, that's a show with incredible insight and where you really need to prepare for what's coming for the future. I mean, we've got shows like 1+1, Q&A and The Drum. I've never watched them, but they sound like great kids shows. But surely Bananas and Pajamas and Peppa Pig can cover all of the child's needs. We just don't really need that. They've got comedies like Soulmates and Mad as Hell, It's a Date, Upper Middle Bogans, The Roast, Clark and Dave, The Chasers. How am I to relate to that? Show me the American content. I need Happy Days and Ada Fonz or MASH and Seinfeld, Charlie Sheen, stuff that I can relate to, American culture. Something that's not in another language, you know, Catalyst in Utopia, as if we're as smart as that, as if we can get, they don't even speak English on that show. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, however, Utopia did come up with some great ideas. It was a very good documentary on the nation building of Australia. I love the fast train and particularly like the bridge to Hobart. That was wonderful. But then you branch off to things like Gardening Australia, long-haired hippies playing with all that compost. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. You know, if I need to get fresh vegetables, I've got a huge range of at least 2 supermarkets that I can go to buy all that sort of produce. And being outside in the sun and having a healthy life in the garden, no. All that UV we have in Australia is not very, very, very wise. You've got shows like Landline. If I need to know about pets, I talk to Dr. Harry and the Bondi vet. He's a bit of a smunk, the Bondi vet, I must admit, but wife likes him anyway. But I mean, I don't need shows with Pip in there with a silly hat doing some coverage of animals. It's just ridiculous. And you don't get me started on the ABC radios though. I mean, goodness me, regional radio, they will let almost anybody on air to talk about concerns, events, community things that are going on. We don't need that kind of support building our communities when we're trying to be a good global subordinate. I mean, slave, I mean, citizen, you know what I mean. We just don't need that bonding of Australia. I think that you're doing it. Look, Malcolm, I'd just like to say to you, buddy, you've done a fantastic job pulling the knife out, sticking it in the back of all those lefties. And you've just proved you're the same as what we are. Good on you, buddy. I'm off to hit a bit of a round with Tone, so I'll catch us all later on.